Hello, listeners, and welcome to yet another episode of Nigeria Football Wiki Podcast. Me, host Olu. Okay, today is episode 147, and we're focusing strictly on the Nigeria versus South Africa Women's Africa Cup of Nations semi-final preview. Today is Sunday, July 20th, and our opponents in the semi-final have been confirmed as South Africa. Yesterday, they managed to beat Senegal on penalties. The game ended 0-0. And then South Africa prevailed 4-1 on penalties to book their place in the semi-final against Nigeria. So the game will be played 5 p.m. on Tuesday, Nigeria time, in the same stadium in Casablanca where we've played all our games so far. So all our group stage games have been in this same stadium. Our game against Zambia was in the same stadium. And now we get the benefit of playing our semi-final in the same stadium, which is in Casablanca. The final will then move to Rabat in the final, and this stadium will be used for the third place playoffs. So we're hoping that after this game on Tuesday, Nigeria will finally be able to pack our bags and move to Rabat for the final on Saturday night. So what's the other semi-final? Morocco will be playing Ghana. So the final four is Morocco versus Ghana and then Nigeria versus South Africa. What do we know about South Africa? They're the defending champions. Of course, we have to give them that respect. We were coming off a great performance against Zambia, which we beat Zambia 5-0. We know South Africa have just played 120 minutes, even though they also had to play an extra day later than us. So hopefully, from a fatigue perspective, our players should be feeling fresher. Although we must commend South Africans scoring all their 4 penalties, so we have to be careful about that. South Africa also have a very impressive defensive record. They've actually won all their games this year, including friendly games in February and April. Remember, they drew against Tanzania in the group stage, so that was their first game that was not a win. NFF not give us any games to play in our international windows, remember, up until just before the tournament. South Africa also beat Zambia 2-0 in their final warm-up game, so we can expect better opposition than what the Zambians gave to us. In this tournament so far, though, how have the South Africans performed? They beat Ghana 2-0 in their opening game. They then drew Tanzania 1-1 and were lucky to score an equalizer in that game before thrashing Mali 4-0. And then obviously yesterday they had a very hard-fought 0-0 draw against Senegal, which they then won on penalties. They've kept 3 clean sheets as well in their 4 games. So Nadozie and Ndlamini are competing for the Golden Glove. Reminds you of last year's WAFCON with Nwabali and Ronwen Williams competing for the Golden Glove too. And also another semi-final meeting again for us. So this one, I can say confidently, will be our toughest test of the tournament so far. Obviously, we thought Zambia would give us a tough time, but we ended up romping to a 5-0 win. So hopefully that can be the case in this game as well. South Africa are probably the team closest to Nigeria in terms of World Cup appearances, Olympic appearances, or trying to at least push us in terms of our crown as the best team in Africa. So we must give them that respect. Yes, the last AFCON was their only title, but this is a team that's very formidable. But of course, based on the performances we've seen from Nigeria, we would expect to win. And I like the fact that we're playing a team that's not going to sit back and defend, which should work in our favor as well in this game. So that should provide benefits for us. What's our expected starting lineup for this game? We should expect a similar starting lineup to the game against Zambia. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Nadozie will continue in goal. Our backline will be exactly the same for Ohale and Demehi centre-back pairings. Plopta and Alozie as the fullbacks. Ayindesh coming to the team as well. I will probably see Ajibade and Echegini continue to start in this game. There's a world where Abiodun may start for Echegini. Let's see. I won't be surprised if we see that in the game. Or maybe Uchebe for Echegini. But I expect Okoronkwo and Hazelwood to definitely start. And then the final spot will be between Babajide or Ijamedusi, who scored in the last game against Zambia. So that's what I expect to be the starting lineup of the team. And the likes of Oshoala, Onumono can come off the bench if and when needed. But Hazelwood and Okoronkwo have earned the right to start games, and I expect them to start these games for us on Tuesday. As for our opponents, what's their possible tactical approach? They played the 4-4-2 in their first game, but they've played with a 4-1-4-1 formation for their other 3 games. Their defensive structure, after 4 games, 3 clean sheets and 1 goal conceded, we can say that they seem to have a good defensive structure. You know, their only goal was conceded was one against Tanzania, but of course, they haven't faced firepower like the Super Falcons so far in the tournament. As for their attacking diversity, they don't rely on just one person to score. score. All 7 goals for them in the tournament have been scored by 7 different players. So that just tells us that we have to be worried about their threat from all angles of the pitch, as well as set pieces and dead ball situations. Style of play, expect them to try to create overloads. A number of their goals have come from the wing through crosses, and some others have been through balls with attackers running free. So this is when, yet again, I'm confident about our fullback pairing of Alozie and Plumpter. Physically and technically, they should be better than South Africans, so hopefully they can close up those overloads. Also, they scored a direct free kick in this tournament, so we have to be wary about them from set pieces. But of course, we have probably the best goalkeeper in the tournament, so I would fancy our chances in dead ball situations, also with our height advantage over the South Africans. So look out for that. Players to watch, of course, the goalkeeper Andile Dlamini, clean sheets 3 so far. She also made a few saves in the penalty shootout against Senegal. She saved 2 penalties, commanding in goal, an excellent shot stopper and strong off her line. She also made a few key saves against Ghana. It was impressive versus Mali in the group stages, so look out for her. Lebohang Ramalepe, the wing back, very advanced, energetic presence up and down the right flank, key in transitions as well, so we need to watch out for her. Very reliable in defensive duels, 17 tackles and high challenge success, 86.7% across the matches. She also has 2 assists and 1 goal so far in this competition, so we have to watch out for her. Because she'll be playing right wing back, we should expect Babajide Ojamelusi as the left winger to help in defense in terms of covering her attacking runs in transition, so look out for that one. Also, they've got Linda Mothalo, one of their star players, winger/wing back, one of the players we mentioned before to look out for sure. Scored 1 goal so far, but still remains their creative spark between the midfield and attack. And then they've got Hilda Magai, forward, a winger. We've also mentioned her as one to look out for. She scored versus Mali and added energy off the bench against Tanzania, pacey and intelligence in attack, and finishes decisively. So look out for them in this game. As for the score predictions, I want to know what you guys think. So please let me know your thoughts in terms of score predictions for this game in the semi-final. I'd love to see what you think. For me, and who you think may score the goals. As for me, based on the performance against Zambia and watching all the quarterfinal games, I think Nigeria is comfortably the best team remaining in this competition, to be honest. So as long as you remain humble and play a tactical game, we should be able to see off the threat of South Africa in this game. So I'm predicting a 2-0 win for the Super Falcons of Nigeria. 2-0. Goals by Ihezuo and Okoronkwo, star players. As the tournament goes on, they tend to shine even brighter. And Ihezuo, with their 3 goals so far, will be looking to be the top goal scorer in the tournament. The top goal scorers at the moment have 4, so she needs just 1 to reach that total. So I think Ihezuo will definitely score. And Okoronkwo has just been phenomenal and fantastic. So I expect that to get a goal, or at least contribute in terms of assisting for this game, and that is how the game will end. So really looking forward to this game. Remember, it's Tuesday, 5 p.m. Nigeria time. We're playing in Casablanca, Nigeria versus South Africa. I'm pretty sure the games will be live on Super Sports in Nigeria. If you're abroad, the game is on beIN Sports all over the world, so watch out for that and enjoy the game. So Super Falcons, we're looking to you to do us proud and keep flying the flag as you've done so far in the tournament, and we're all behind you, looking forward to that game against South Africa. Until next time, I've been your host Oluoke. Take care and enjoy the episode. Ciao.
Thanks for watching this video. Please like, share, subscribe, and click the bell to get a notification whenever we drop a video. You can also find our social media channels listed below. And of course, up Super Eagles and Nigeria know they ever carry last.